9 News Plus weather sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Hey, happy Tuesday, and thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast, which should feature for today some of that dense smoke. But the good news is that smoke should gradually get a little bit better as we head through the day today. And then tomorrow, we'll notice some much better conditions in terms of that wildfire smoke. I know it is nasty out there right now. I know. Trust me, I normally would have gone for a run this morning. I did not go for a run this morning because of this lousy smoke, but I'll just tell you what here, folks, it is going to get a lot better here for tomorrow and for Thursday, but that will come with some strong severe thunderstorms, especially for Wednesday and Thursday. Let's start things off by taking a look outside where we still have some of that thick smoke. This is due to Canadian wildfires that have burnt over 1 million acres, and kind of fascinating. I was looking at some of the statistics. In fact, I have an article about it at 9news.com on what sparked these wildfires in northern Alberta and northern British Columbia. Temperatures up there at the beginning of the month got up into the upper 80s and low 90s. I mean, in northern Canada, this is close to the Arctic Circle, where those temperatures got up into the upper 80s and low 90s. It was really windy up there as well, and that led to prime conditions for those fires to spark. And this is obviously a very unusual time of year for those fires to be so big and so kind of powerful as what we're seeing out there in northern Canada. And that smoke is filtering through our skies down here across the lower 48. You can't even barely see downtown at this point, and that smoke is, again, it is nasty out there, no doubt about it. Limit your time outdoors. Again, I did the same. I would normally have gone for a run this morning. I did not because of the smoke. So thick smoke around for today, widespread storms for tomorrow, and then less smoke for tomorrow as well. That smoke will be notably lower for tomorrow, and Thursday it should be okay for most outdoor activities come tomorrow. But today, again, today's the day to limit your time outside. So air quality alert for the entire Front Range, including Colorado Springs, Denver, Fort Collins, Greeley. Again, that's going to be in place until tonight. So again, obviously, as I've said about 40 times already, just limit that time outdoors. Satellite radar, you just, in that little bright spot there, you can see that smoke moving its way through the Front Range, but we're starting to get a bit more of a southwest pull to the air mass, and that should start to pull some of that smoke, or at least the thickest smoke, off to our north and our east starting tonight. So starting tonight, again, we'll see some of that smoke. Tomorrow morning, it'll still probably be notable. You'll still wake into some smoke. But then as we head through the day, that more southwesterly pull to the air mass should start to lift some of that smoke off to our north and our east, and also kind of wean it out a little bit, maybe not quite as thick even for what smoke we do have. By Thursday, gradual and continued improvements for us along the Front Range, as we'll see things, again, mostly start to clear on out. AC Doppler radar is quiet for the moment, though we're starting to see those first showers try and pop on up into the high country. And for today, we will see showers and storms in the high country. In the metro area, it probably stays mostly dry. The showers and storms will be widespread from the Continental Divide on west, and also in southern Colorado along and south of Highway 50, I think is where we'll see the majority of the action for today. And then for tonight, we should see things quiet back down after dark. Closer look in here at the Front Range. Again, I think Denver area, we stay dry. By the way, that is partially thanks to that wildfire smoke. That smoke adds stability. It also adds drier components to the air mass. So there is a bit of a domino effect, an impact from that wildfire smoke on our forecast. That's why I think we are talking about generally drier conditions for us here along the Front Range. Palmer Divide, it's a bit more, that smoke doesn't quite reach as much of the highest ends of the Palmer Divide, so that's where I think we would be looking at the highest possibilities of seeing a shower or storm here across the metro area today. But most of us, I'd say 90-95% of us, will be dry for this afternoon and early this evening. Temperatures 60s, 70s right now in the eastern plains, into the mountains in the 40s, should say 50s and 60s at the moment. So for today, upper 70s, so about 80 degrees. Hazy wildfire smoke in play, and that will be around for us again all day long. Isolated storm on the Palmer Divide into the foothills, but again, 90-95% of the metro area should stay dry. For tonight, it is cloudy, partly cloudy, but the haze and the smoke will still be there. Low 50s for those low temperatures. But one thing, and I mentioned this earlier on, that should start to get some of this smoke away from the Front Range. We got an area of low pressure that develops off to our west, area of high pressure off to our north. That generally means we're going to be getting a bit more of a southwesterly pull to the air mass. So again, winds will start to come out of the south and the west a bit more, and we will be looking at more and more in the way of winds moving away from the Front Range, and that again should start to pull away some of that smoke. But also, it's a moist flow. That when we get that west-southwest flow, especially this time of year, taps into the moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico and also out of the Pacific, and that means we'll be talking about more showers and storms for tomorrow. So tomorrow we may wake up to some cloudy skies. It's been a little while since we've said that, but we'll get those temperatures into the mid to upper 70s for us. And those winds, again, a bit more of a southerly component to those winds. That is good news. That'll get some of that smoke away, but it'll also drop some of that moisture and give us the chance for some showers and storms and even the potential for some severe weather for tomorrow. Right now, marginal risk, that is a level 1 in dark green on a 0 to 5 scale. That covers most of eastern Colorado. Right now, not the metro area, but I would think that this would probably include the metro area for tomorrow. So as we get through the day, we'll see some of those showers and storms tomorrow develop, and I think we'll see, again, a pretty good coverage in those showers and storms. May start off with some peaks of sun. As we head through the day, those showers and storms develop from west to east, and by 5, 6 o'clock, we'll probably get a good little band of rain that'll move its way on through the region, and that'll give us some of that unsettled weather. Now, in terms of that those rainfall amounts for tomorrow and for Thursday, not looking at a ton of rain, but some spots on the eastern plains could get over a quarter inch worth of precipitation. And come Thursday, along and east of I-25, showers and storms around for us with the potential for some severe storms. And that's where we could be seeing, again, I think tomorrow and Thursday could be fairly active in terms of that potential for some severe storms for us along the I-25 corridor. We could even see some storms hang around through the weekend, and Friday also looking pretty stormy. And then by the weekend, again, things do get gradually better. Early next week, temperatures sticking around in the 70s, but of course, all eyes on the air quality forecast, which does remain unhealthy for sensitive groups for us for our day today. But the good news is, again, one more day of this really lousy air quality. Things tomorrow, in fact, my colleague meteorologist Greg Perez had a pretty good summary about this a few moments ago. He was just saying that tomorrow will probably be a bit more like what it was on Sunday. So if you remember Sunday for the Colfax Marathon here in Denver, it was notably better than it was back on Saturday. And tomorrow should be similar to that. We'll wake up to some smoke, but again, a lot better. If you're planning ahead, again, today is not the day to go for any sort of outdoor, plans for a prolonged period. Certainly a lot better as we get into the upcoming stretch here starting tomorrow, and especially for Thursday and Friday. Should see a lot less smoke, and it should stay smoke free, or I shouldn't say smoke free, but a lot lesser smoke amounts as we get through the rest of the weekend to the upcoming weekend, early next week. Not seeing that kind of due northerly push of air that will bring us some of that smoke straight out of Canada. So hopefully it gives you a good idea about what to expect as we head over the next couple of days. If not, meteorologist Greg Perez right behind that TV screen getting ready for 9 News at noon. We'll have him, and also he'll be back on here at 2 p.m. here for another update here on 9 News Plus. And then Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabins in at 4 and 5, and then Meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks. Once again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.